Hey, are you hurting your team? They can't win if you don't put them first. So I have to ask, are you a team player or just in it for yourself? Hey there, my name is Isai Rodriguez and I'm your friend. And this here is where we build your leadership skills in your home business profits one actionable tip at a time. So hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and let's get started. All right. Sorry. I had to switch my mouse over here. How are you? How is everybody out there? We are. So I have a big question for you. We're going to tackle the question today. Are you a team player or are you just in it for yourself? Now, this is a pretty deep question. You know what I mean? Like, let me ask you something. Have you ever been part of a sports team where everyone was just looking out for themselves? If you've ever been in that situation, then I'm pretty sure that you realize, you can see how that could be a mess, right? You have a team where everybody's everywhere. There's no real leadership. There's, everybody's out for themselves. Shoot, some of you may even think the team that you work with now, right, is looking out for themselves, right? You see, the best teams, whether it's in sports or in business, the best teams are the ones where everyone puts the team first, right? So let's talk about why being a team player is the key to your success. And let me tell you a quick story. Ever heard the Notre Dame or Penn State football teams? I'm sure you have if you're any type of football or sports fanatic, of any type. But did you know that these two teams in particular, Notre Dame and Penn State, that they don't put the players' names on their jerseys? Did you realize that? Why is that? Why is it that these two teams in particular don't put their players' names on their jerseys? Well, it's actually a simple answer. The reason that they don't do that is because they believe that it's all about the team, right? Lou Holtz, a legendary coach, he says, if your priority is the team rather than yourself, then what else do you need? Think about that, right? Think about that for a second. If your focus is on the team, everything else falls into place. Like, everything is going to end up where it's supposed to be, right? So what does this mean for you in direct selling or network marketing, like in your business, your home business? Like, how does this apply to us entrepreneurs, right? Here's what I found. To us, this means that if you want to win, you've got to put the team first, period. Now, let's break this down into simpler terms or steps, I would say, that we can actually follow, right? So first, you need to think team first. Like, you need that mentality. You need that mindset that the team comes first. Like, you have to be looking out for your team, right? Just like the Notre Dame and Penn State football teams, right? Forget about the spotlight. It's not about you, right? It's about the team. You see, when you help your team win, you win too. Okay? Secondly, you have to sacrifice for the greater good. Again, that's all part of this looking out for the team thing, right? Sometimes you might need to step out of your comfort zone, right? Or maybe take on a task that's not exactly your favorite thing to do, right? But here's the thing, is that if it helps the team, then essentially you should do it, right? Your success depends on the success of the team. So again, if they win, then you win. The third thing, you need to celebrate team wins. When the team achieves something, a goal, whatever, they crush a specific goal, celebrate it together, right? Make it a big deal, because it is, right? It's going to make your team feel valued. And when everyone feels valued on the team, what ends up happening is that they end up working harder and they stay motivated, right? And when they're motivated, the team will win, right? And if your team wins, if your team is winning, then you win, right? The fourth thing is to share the load, right? Don't be the person who does everything, right? You can't. And by that same token, don't be the person who does nothing, right? Either approach is not sustainable. You're not going to become successful in one way or the other, right? If you're doing everything, eventually, it's not sustainable. You're eventually going to burn out. If you're not doing anything, well, I guess, that's kind of self-explanatory, right? If you're not doing anything, you're not going to see any results, right? You need to find that balance. Help your teammates when they need the help. And don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it, right? You need to be that mentor for your team, but you as well should also have your own mentor. You, even though you're the mentor for your team, you as the mentor for your team, you need someone that's been ahead of you, right? That you need that mentor that's going to mentor you on how to become a better leader. Does that make sense? You see, winning teams have players who are willing to do what it takes for the good of the team, right? It's not just about playing to your strengths, right? That's part of it. It's more about filling in the gaps, right? Supporting each other, pushing the team forward, right? Now, I know some of you might be thinking, hey, Saeed, but what about my own goals? What about my success? What about, where does that come in? Well, here's the thing with that, is that when you focus on the team, your own success, it's just naturally going to follow. That is part of the progression. That is part of the journey, right? It's like magic, if you will, right? But it's really just the power of teamwork, right? So ask yourself, are you willing to put the team first, ahead of your own agenda? Are you ready to sacrifice just a little bit of your own spotlight for the greater good of your team, right? You have to genuinely ask yourself these questions, because if you are, let me tell you, then not only will your team thrive and be successful, but you'll find your own success skyrocketing too, right? They're gonna go hand in hand, right? Remember, in the world of direct selling and network marketing, being a team player isn't it's not just a nice idea, right? This is not just, something that is a nice to have, right? It's essential. It's non-negotiable, right? So go out there, support your team, and watch how quickly you all rise up to the top. All right. So there you have it, my friends. That is my tip for today. Keep pushing forward and putting your team first. All right. If you found this episode helpful, if you found it inspiring, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. And if you have any topics you like to talk about, any questions or anything like that, feel free to drop them down in the comments below. Also, don't forget to follow the link in the description for access to my free masterclass training, where I'll be, taking all these tips that we're talking about, and I'm going to be putting them into action. I want to show you firsthand how to put all these tips into action for yourself today, so that you can make some meaningful strides in your business also. Until the next time, I want you to stay legendary, my friends, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care now. Bye.